Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's episode is from the subreddit Idontworkherelady. Our first story is by Confrontation Mind. Fire this person that doesn't work here because they can't help me. Hey everyone. Got a short but sweet little story for you from the other day. I was shopping in my city and went into a small business store there that I like to get my dice and tabletop games at. I frequent this store pretty often and have become acquainted with the owner. We chat during my visits, and as I am one of those I put the items back on the shelves after I'm done looking at them type of people, it is understandable that this lady might have confused me with an employee. Quick info, the owner only has one employee who wasn't in that day, and the store isn't too big, easily manageable for one person alone. No uniform, just name tags. Following conversation ensues. Lady, I am looking for game. Don't remember exactly which game. Me, I don't think they have it here, but lady cuts me off. Lady, then where can I get it? Me, sorry, I don't know, but... Lady, how can you not know? Do your job and tell me. Owner joins us due to the commotion. Sorry, is there a problem? Lady, are you the manager? Your employee here refuses to tell me where I can find game. You should fire them. Owner looks at me, smirks, best customer care voice. OP, you're hired. Lady, confused. Me, catching on. Oh, cool, thanks. Owner, you refused to help this lady? Me, sure did. Owner, you're fired. Me, dang. Owner to the lady. Now what did you need again? Never seen someone look that much like a fish and then huff and puff out of a store. Honestly, one of the best encounters of my life. Thanks for reading. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for sharing, Confrontation Mind. Our next story is by NoJob8221. That's my hoodie, not a dog leash. So this just happened. I, 38 female, have worked different retail customer service jobs most of my life, and I've dealt with my share of entitled customers at work. I've even been mistaken as an employee at a bunch of stores, but this was my first confrontational experience as a customer. My daughter and I were at Wally World getting dog food and a couple last-minute ingredients for dinner. I'm loading a large bag of dog food while trying to keep a toddler entertained when it happened. An entitled Karen appeared. Obnoxiously pink outfit, fake gaudy jewelry, badly dyed hair, and nails long enough to make a tiger jealous. I didn't even know she was there until I felt a sharp jab in the shoulder with those nails. I turned around to an expression that could curdle milk. I say, yes? Load 4 bags of dog food in my cart, she demanded, pointing at the 40 pounds bag I just loaded into my cart. No please. No polite would you, could you, just a terse order like she was talking to someone beneath her that she couldn't be bothered to say anything else. I wasn't even slightly resembling a worker since I was wearing jeans, sneakers, and a black hoodie from a local haunted house, not to mention my daughter in the cart next to me. Still, I wasn't in a rush and my daughter wasn't being fussy. If Karen had asked nicely, I would have gladly helped. I've done that a bunch of times before and I always have been glad to help, so long as I got a please and thank you from the person I'm helping. Instead, I just said, I don't work here, I'm shopping. I was hoping that being direct and staying close to my daughter would show that I was busy. But no. Her lip curled even harder and she sounded insulted when she said, So you're not going to help me? I just said, no, I need to finish my shopping. Not wanting to risk getting caught up in one of the many I don't work here lady stories that I read, I grabbed my cart and my daughter and started walking away. I just wanted to get away from that situation as soon as possible. That was my mistake. Never turn your back on a rabid animal. I barely registered Karen's indignant huff before she grabbed me by the hood of my sweater and yanked. This freaked me out from suddenly being choked. I'm someone that's been trained in self-defense, martial arts, and was raised around a bunch of bikers. If maternal instincts weren't telling me to get my daughter out of danger, I probably would have done a lot more damage to the woman than I did. I swung my arm back as hard as I could to force her to let go. I made contact with something hard enough that she let go with a yelp, and I hightailed it to the front of the store to report what happened. The employees, manager, and security were on their game and immediately went looking for Karen as soon as I told them what happened and gave them a description. Unfortunately, Karen was gone by the time they went looking for her. The manager still contacted police and a report was filed. I definitely wanted to press charges if I could. According to security, after I hit the woman's bracelet-covered wrist with my closed fist and ran off, she looked really upset and insulted, but then got an "oh crap" look. She started looking around until she looked directly at a camera. Karen then grabbed her purse and sprinted out of the store, leaving her cart and groceries behind. Guess she wasn't a complete idiot after all and realized how badly she messed up. The manager promised to keep an eye out for her. The police said they would contact me if needed. My hand got bruised from how hard I hit her, and she left a line on my neck from trying to choke me. My daughter had no idea that anything bad had happened. She was giggling when I was running her in the cart to the front. The next day, I got a call from the officer I talked to. Either Karen grew a conscience, or somebody forced her to turn herself in. She showed up at the police station the next day looking like a scolded puppy when she got there. Officer's description. Officer asked if I still wanted to press charges and said she'd likely get probation or community service. I told him that I did still want to. Part of me wonders, did she actually feel bad? Did her husband/wife or whatever ask her why she didn't have the dog food and force her to confess? Or did she come in so she wouldn't be arrested and get a lighter sentence? I don't know. I'm just surprised that she did. After most of these I Don't Work Here Karen episodes, I say crazy people or mental illness is a thing, but I have to reiterate that. Mental illness is seriously a thing. There's lots of people with undiagnosed problems. And in a social situation, they're not good at behaving around other people. They also may never come out of the house to begin with, so they don't know how to interact with a random person and ask them for help. I've seen older people trying to lift like water bottles at the store, and you want to offer them help, but you also don't want to intrude and interfere with what they might see as their independence. They might be offended. And so it's sometimes hard to judge whether you should help somebody or not. Unless they tell you, please help with this, I generally wouldn't help somebody. You either come off as helpful or you come off as crushing their independence. Our next story is by Throwaways Johnny. I don't work here. I just want to get stupidly drunk. This incident happened almost 10 years ago. At that moment in time, I was working in a hospital in England. I'm a nurse and living across a 24-hour ASDA. I had finished my 5th in a row shift, which started bad, the first shift, and ended way worse than imagined in the 5th shift. That day, when my shift officially ended at 8 o'clock, I managed to get home at around 10:30. I haven't gone inside the house yet, having a cigarette outside still in my scrubs when I remembered I had no alcohol in the house, so I decided to cross the street and visit the 24-hour Asda supermarket chain. I go in, still in my scrubs, grab a cart and hit the alcohol aisle. I load 2 packs of a certain dark beer and move towards the whiskeys. As I'm browsing the whiskeys, I notice a lady is watching me. I grab a bottle of bourbon and realize I haven't had anything but a piece of pizza all day and I'm kind of hungry. So I hit the ready meals next. As I walk towards the ready meals, I notice the lady is following. As I reach to grab my first meal, I heard the dreaded sound that had made thousands of workers to either quit or consider homicide. "Excuse me." I turn around to see the lady that was following me, Karen from now on. Karen, pointing to a bag of frozen chicken in her cart. "I need 2 more of those." Me. So? I'm in a NFG mode. For the record, I do not know what NFG mode means. Karen. "So I need you to get me 2 mores." Me. "Sorry, can't do." Karen. "What? What do you mean you can't do? Go back in and bring me 2 more. At that point, I realized she thinks I work there. Me. "Sorry, I don't work here." Karen. "Don't give me that crap. Just bring me the bloody wings." Me. "Are you colorblind?" I was wearing dark blue scrubs, The workers had black trousers and green polos. How dare you? Shocked. Me, anyway, there's an employee over there. He was 2 aisles over filling shelves. Go ask him, and walked away. As I'm paying for my booze and food, I see her approaching with an employee accompanying her. Karen pointing at me. That's him. He didn't help me and was rude. I want him fired. Employee, ma'am, he's wearing hospital scrubs. I can't fire a customer. Karen, but he's wearing a uniform. He should have helped me. The employee, which I presume to be the night manager, looks back at me. Me, don't look at me. I just wanted to get stupidly inebriated, tapping the beers. Karen tries to say something more, but at that point, I'd already paid, so I grabbed my groceries and walked out. I saw her one other time, shopping there at night, but I wasn't wearing scrubs and she probably didn't recognize me. Some of these stories, you think they have to be fake. There's no way people can be that nuts. You think, there's no way this happened. This is too crazy. But then you actually, if you do enough internet searches, you'll find people out there who go off on random strangers and say the most ludicrous and insane things. I'm not going to share some of the videos that stick into my head, but I know that I did see this one video of this crazy lady getting a coffee. She was wearing a green muumuu kind of outfit. She had green Crocs on and she had the short, typical Karen hair. And she was telling people off and calling them child molesters and stuff, just randomly in public, because she didn't agree with what they were doing there. Some people are absolutely insane. So this sort of thing actually does happen, believe it or not. Today's episode has come to a close. Until we meet again, have a fantabulous day.